and welcome back for another version of Coach Crocker's show. We're here with Billy Crocker to talk about this week at Lebanon Valley.
Yep. Kind
of back where we started, if we think about it.
Yeah, no, it definitely is. We were up there, a year ago in a JV game, which was nice, and came out with a win. But much different setting this year.
Different crowd that you're going to see on the field.
100%. Yeah.
So. Won't spend too much time looking back to last weekend, but a good learning experience for your guys.
Yeah. No, it was a competitive football game against our league champion, who hasn't lost a conference game in I think almost 7 years. And up until the end of the third, it was a 2-score game, and really should have went into halftime as a 1-score game, to be honest with you, if we didn't make some young, inexperienced mistakes there and that ball get over our head. So, but especially defensively, I was really happy with how we competed against those guys. Guys didn't back down, and we had our opportunities even towards the end of the third quarter there. We had a chance in the red zone to convert a third down, and we had a drop pass, which would have gave us a first down in tight in the red zone, which we could have made a 1-score game, again, going into the fourth quarter. So we had our chances, but I was proud of the guys, how we competed against, arguably what has been the best program in our conference.
Yeah, and there's not really an argument about that. They have been the winningest program.
Correct.
For sure. I thought the defense did a great job flying to the ball.
Yep.
And then you referenced the one play where we had them 3rd and 15, and kind of the lineman did the pressure and just somehow the ball got over.
Yeah, I just started chasing guys. A little bit of undisciplined play right there, which we got to clean up as coaches.
As we look at LVC this week, what do they bring to the table that's different than what you've seen, and what's similar?
Similar is experience. They got a returning starting quarterback who's been their starter for going into his 3rd year now. An experienced offensive line, experienced running backs, and experienced receivers. And then defensively, their front is all seniors and juniors. You look up and down, they're too deep, and it's seniors and graduate students actually. And very few young guys. So again, just sort of the same thing from an experience standpoint as compared to our guys, a little bit older. But they're a real solid team, both in all 3 phases. Offensively, they do a great job, running the football, keeping you off balance with play action pass. Quarterback is just a football player. Defensively, they do a great job, twisting up their front and kind of keeping things in front of them a little bit. And they do a really, really good job on special teams. They take chances. They, they'll go after your punts, which they've done. They'll have some gadgets in there, some surprise onside kicks, which they've already done this year. So they do a good job in that phase as well. So I think a very well-coached team who's got experience, and just bottom line is they don't beat themselves.
Okay. And a good football team. I was going to ask about their offensive balance. It seems like they're very balanced.
Very balanced. Yep.
And that comes out of working off the run. So they run.
Yep.
Run in order to pass.
And then play action pass, yep.
Okay.
And defense has been very opportunistic. They had 5 takeaways against Stevenson, which allowed them to beat a very good Stevenson football team, So
without giving anything away, how do you, as a team that needs to fly to the ball because you're a little bit undersized, how do you work on defending the run without leaving yourself open to play?
Yeah, no, I think just being disciplined, reading your keys, you know what I mean? And, everyone's got to have discipline, and great. We talk about, eye discipline quite a bit, especially in our secondary, just having great eyes, because your eyes are not going to lie to you. So if you have great eye discipline, we're going to be fine. And, I think we're going to be fine. We also didn't tackle well against Del Val. We missed a lot of tackles, especially on our back end, and that really gets exposed when you see it. Like D linemen might miss tackles, linebackers might miss tackles, but no one sees those. You see the tackles that the secondary misses because they usually lead to some explosive plays. Right. And I think we're going to clean up our tackling this week. And also a couple of those backs from Del Val were hard to tackle.
There was a man running against
He was a big guy, big by standards, at places I've been. So, but at the same time, we got to make those tackles, and we can make those tackles.
You got to get a body on the guy.
We'll clean that up this week, and I think if we tackle well, if we do our jobs, if we stay disciplined, we'll be fine defensively.
Okay. And then for us, offensively, obviously we want to be better than we were last week.
Yep.
But is that was a function last week, a lot of what they do, or was it some things we need?
A little bit of both. A little bit of both. I think, we... for most of the game, we struggled to. They have a very experienced front. Del Val did, and a little bit hard to block for our young crew up front, right. And we ran the ball well at times, hit some runs. PJ did a great job. Sometimes I think they just didn't see him scooting through there, but I just think they presented some just physical matchup issues for us,
and I think they do that for a lot of people.
Absolutely, yeah.
So we're not unique.
Correct. It's just our guys are still. They're not just learning how to play college football, but they're learning, especially offensive linemen, learning how to play with each other. And that's if any unit on football is like it needs to be cohesive, it's the offensive line, and they're learning, to play with each other more than anything.
One real positive from the game the other day, I didn't see the trainers on the field very much for us. Does that mean we got up pretty healthy?
Fairly, yeah, okay. Fairly, yeah, for the most part.
Which is good. I mean, I think you talk about building cohesion and all that going forward to stay healthy.
Correct, especially when you're playing a physical team like Del Val, and making it, and that was a physical game. Both teams were trying to run the football a little bit, and but again, I thought our guys did a good job, and they competed and played physical.
Okay. The final question, 4th week. It means you've been going for like a month of games.
Of games, yes.
Yes.
Yep.
Obviously, a lot longer than that.
Yes.
How have you seen this group grow through these games?
Yeah. No, I think you're starting to see some of it now. Them sort of taking ownership and coaching up each other. Okay. Whereas we don't have to do all of it all the time. You know what I mean? Okay. You're starting to see some of the guys, just kind of step up and say, hey, no, we have to do this, we have to do that better, or hey, we need to be on the same page a little bit better. And I guess just a little bit more accountability, within themselves versus, again, having us as coaches have to do everything.
Early bus ride Saturday? You guys ready to go?
We're out of here pretty early to get up there which is good. It's a 1 o'clock kickoff. Listen, we have further trips that are noon kickoffs, which are going to be a little bit more of a grind, but this one should be fine, and we're just going to have to be ready to play in some bad weather. It's going to rain significantly on Saturday. So we're prepping for that right now, both offensively and defensively and special teams in terms of adjusting our game plans a little bit to battle through the elements, which I think both teams will try to run the football probably, when it's going to rain as much as they're saying it's going to rain. So it for sure will have an effect on the game.
Okay. We'll look forward to talking again next week.
All right. Thanks, Dan.
Thanks,
appreciate it.
Yep.